Hey, hey you, do you like history? Do you like scary stories? Well, I got a series for you. Join me as I virtually guide you through 13 haunted historic Philadelphia sites. I am Tanya J. Heath and I'm your host. Join me. It's undoubtedly a haunted city with hundreds of years of creepy stories. We start our adventure at the Liberty Bell, the most popular tourist attraction in the city. The bell was made in England and delivered to Philadelphia in August 1752. Don't know about hauntings, but the bell breeds violence. To my knowledge, the bell has been attacked twice since the founding of the United States. The first time was in the early 1970s, right before the USA's bicentennial celebration, when a man was arrested for beating the bell with a car's tailpipe. The second time was in April 2001, 5 months before 9/11. A man struck the Liberty Bell 4 to 5 times with a small hammer, shouting about God and leaving an imprint on the lip of the bell. The Liberty Bell is free to visit. You wait in a queue and go through a metal detector. But it's also free to stare at when walking down the street in 6th and Chestnut. National treasure out there. We're headed to Independence Hall. Americans should know this place from school because this is where the United States Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th, 1776. It's also where the U.S. Constitution was debated. It is said to be haunted by the spirits of Benedict Arnold and Benjamin Franklin. This place is a mild haunt. It's free for the public to enjoy, but you gotta make reservations for time tickets in order to explore the inside for a tour. Group size matters. There's also a hospital for the Revolutionary War for both British soldiers and American prisoners of war, so the long hall was lined with the wounded and the dead. There's plenty of reports of shadows around corners and footsteps. There's a classic story of a park ranger in the 90s locking up for the night and seeing a smoky silhouette on the big staircase leading up to the second floor. The ranger noticed the figure was dressed in a full colonial uniform, and as he climbed the stairs, it disappeared. Benjamin Franklin is claimed to never have truly left Philadelphia. Here's 2 of his literal haunts. First, we visit the American Philosophical Society. Ben Franklin has been spotted bustling around with books. First-hand account from the 1880s of a mother-daughter cleaning crew where Franklin bumped into the mother with arms full of books and gave her a dirty look before storming away, leaving the woman stunned. This statue of Ben Franklin is said to hop off the pedestal and dance in the streets, especially on New Year's Eve. Our dude liked partying. Next up, we have Christ Church Burial Ground. This is where Franklin and his wife Deborah are buried. There are shadows seen about the graveyard, often near founding father Benjamin Rush's grave. But lore reads if you wander past Franklin's grave, you should give the founder a penny or any change that you have on hand and place it upon his grave and wish for good luck, prosperity, and wealth. After all, a penny saved is a penny earned, right? Next, we have the Betsy Ross house. I got weird vibes here when I visited last year as an adult. Betsy Ross is the woman credited to have sewn and designed the first American flag, 13 white 5-pointed stars in a circle on a blue background, alongside 13 alternating red and white stripes. The spirit of Betsy herself is rumored to wander around the house, crying at the foot of her bed and mourning the loss of her husband and several of her children. There was actually a break-in the 1980s, and there was a murder in the basement. And visitors have said to see shadows, dark feelings, and ill will down there. Most cats have been seen within and about the house, as the family were known to be animal lovers and had hosted 10 or more cats at a time. Check the fountain. Been waiting for this one. It's Hamilton time. Alexander Hamilton is rumored to haunt the streets of Old City, Philadelphia. Welcome to the First Bank of the United States, where Hamilton, Treasury Secretary, poured his heart and soul into establishing a monetary system for the country. Tales consist of Hamilton peeking out his head on the upper right windows, brainstorming. Reports from workers say that whispers are heard throughout the upper part of the building, and there's flickering lights. I'm still a little salty that Lin-Manuel Miranda didn't mention Philly in the musical at all, aside from the line, "I was louder than the crack in the bell." But the constitutional conventions were held in Philly. Philly was also the capital of the U.S. for about 10 years while they built Washington, D.C. A lot of the musical from the song Nonstop to About One Last Time happens in Philly. The popularity of Hamilton the musical encouraged donors and historical societies to put more money into finally restoring the bank. I can't wait to see what else is revealed when the bank hopefully reopens to the public in 2026.